All right, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take, all brought to you by Stumbling Monkey Brewing Company and Stanley Law Offices. I didn't think that sports could get worse right now for me. I really didn't. The Bills, David Ortiz into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot, and complete utter inconsistency with all the steroid guys. And now tonight, St. Bonaventure was horrendous against George Mason. And you know what? Here we go again. I swear to God, this Bonaventure team, if this Bonaventure team were a golfer, every single round they would start out double bogey, triple bogey, double bogey. That's how they would start. And you know what? When you do that, it's really, really hard to keep coming back. In the last couple of minutes of the first half, St. Bonnie started to really get some offensive momentum, and they were down 4. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? I'm going to take that right now. And this game is right there for the taking. Just come out and have one of those really good, potent second halves that we're used to seeing from St. Bonaventure, but it just wasn't meant to be. Mason ended up opening up, a 17, 18-point-ish lead. And then Bonaventure somehow did start to close the gap and all the rest. But there are 3 main areas where St. Bonnie was just absolutely dreadful tonight. Number 1 is the defense. This perimeter defense has been awful. In fact, even in the second half, when Bonaventure closed it to, I think, 4, with 61-57 being the score, 2 wide open threes right after that. Now, I get it. The second three-pointer, Oshun went down on the other end, but you can't leave guys open all the time. I mean, they were open constantly. That's why that game against Dayton, all the stuff that came out afterwards with, all the mishaps of the trip and late, tardiness and this and that and the other thing and, getting in late. And I don't want to hear it because they didn't guard the 3 that game. Was it because of the legs? Was it because of the situation? They haven't guarded the 3 all year, guys and gals. I mean, they haven't. And tonight, this was pathetic. This was a horseshit performance. 15 of 32 from three-point land for George Mason. My God, it was like shooting practice for those guys out there. 46.9% from the floor is what George Mason shot from 3. This is a Bonaventure team that should be out there hungry and urgent and willing to go get it because they need these wins. George Mason, they're not a very good team. I'm sorry. Tonight they were because Bonaventure just completely left guys all over the place. I don't even know who St. Bonaventure is better than in the A10 at this point. I really don't. Their mark is 3-1 in conference. They're 11-4 overall. I really don't know. What to make here of them up against other teams. I just don't know really who they're better at. Excuse me, they're 11-5, 3-2 in conference is what I meant to say. But that was the biggest reason for the loss was the 3-point shooting was just unbelievable. George Mason was open all the time. The other thing that really, really should kill you if you're a Bonaventure fan or alum is this team doesn't have a great basketball IQ. Just across the board, they don't. I mean, think about the couple of plays like the turnovers in the beginning. They had like 5-6 turnovers in the first, 5-6 minutes of the game. This team, I mean, they ended up cleaning it up somehow. I mean, they only had 12 turnovers overall, considering how many turnovers they had in the beginning. In fact, Mason ended up with more turnovers. But it's the way they turn the ball over. And, also the second chance points thing at one point was edge 15-0 for George Mason. You know what? Like, pack it down low. That's what they did. Left the 3 open. Hello, guys. Like, you're going to leave this thing open. You have to figure out a situation. If you're going to get the miss, you got to figure out a rebound. If you're packing it down there, you have the edge there. Another horrible thing tonight, I thought Oshuni was awful. I mean, he was lifeless at both ends again. 8.7 rebounds. This team gets beat 75-66. Total terrible performance for this Bonaventure team, and they just did not play well. Defensively, they were awful. They didn't have a lot of legs under them, and was just a pathetic showing by St. Bonaventure. So that's what I would tell you. The big 3, terrible basketball IQ, didn't guard the 3, and Oshun was awful. And really offensively, the Bonaventure Bonnies were terrible tonight across the board, inside and outside. And you know what? They keep rolling out the same 5 guys out there. They don't have a bench. This is going to keep happening over and over and over again. Mike Lindsley with you here at ML Sports Take, all brought to you by Welch & Company Jewelers and your State Farm agent, Matt Graham. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. And as I always tell you, try to enjoy the games. Try.